Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, little late, out of date, full gear review. Started watching the shit at like midnight last night. Watching it, took a couple of little smoke breaks, stuff like this. By the time I was done watching it, it was like 5 a.m. for the love of shit. For the love of whatever there. God damn, folks. You had a couple of decent wrestling matches, but this shit felt long as fuck. Was this supposed to be a WrestleMania I was watching there? It felt like Meltzer Mania. You know what I mean? If Meltzer could get the show he wants, if there was a show booked especially for him, this would be it. You know what I mean? 9 matches, 4 hours, like at least 3.5 hours of straight in ring indie wrestling or whatever. You know, now some fans, they hear this. What's the problem? You know, you get 6 5-star matches on one show, you know. Here's the deal. Sometimes you can have too much of a good thing, you know. This, you had like 6 matches that were 20 plus minutes. You know what I mean? By the time you get to Kenny's just another match. You know what I mean? But Kenny's different because his match was 30 minutes long. It's like, holy fuck, you know what I mean? Like, wrestling is into sport. It's not meant to be a sport. Okay, it's not supposed to be about wrestlers trying to put on the best match possible. Like if it's figure skating and Meltzer is the judge giving it 5 or sometimes more stars. Wrestling is supposed to be entertainment, you know. You get to see stars, you get to see, you know, comedy stuff, hot women. You might get an appearance from a real star like Steve Austin. You get not just watching in ring wrestling for 4 hours, but you actually get entertained. Like, you know, back in the day, even other companies that's not WWE, you would have promos from Bobby Heenan back in the old days. You would have different things for entertainment or whatever, you know. It wasn't just a 25-minute match, then a 30-minute match, all trying to do the 5-star bullshit. You know what I mean? This felt like I was watching a boring sports show that just wouldn't end or whatever. You know what I mean? That's not what wrestling is supposed to be about there, but I'm sure Meltzer's going to give it a whole bunch of stars. It's going to be viewed as possibly the greatest show of all time from that side of things there. But, like, honestly, me, I don't watch wrestling for the same purpose. These people, apparently, they just want in ring. They don't want to be entertained. They don't need real stars. With that mentality, you could watch two crabs wrestling for 20 minutes in the water, you know, fucking doing some submissions on each other like Daniel Bryan there, Daniel Crabulson just rolling on the floor with his little arms or whatever there. You could maybe just watch this there, you know what I mean? Personally, I'm not interested in that for 4 hours. I want, you know, stars wrestling. I want to have a reason to watch men in their underwear. I don't want to watch 5'6" midgets doing nothing but trying to impress Meltzer. Like, so let's get into this here, folks. First match. MJF defeated Darby Allin. It was an okay wrestling match. It wasn't phenomenal or whatever, but it was okay. MJF cheated or whatever. He went into his tights. He pulled out either his little goofy ring or brass knuckle. He pulled out something, hits him in the face, flips him over with a headlock. 1, 2, 3. In this promo, he said, I could beat you with a front face lock or whatever. So he cheats, does the headlock. 1, 2, 3. So he did what he said he would do in this promo. He cheated to do it. But it still looks visually cheap, winning with a headlock or whatever. You know what I mean? It's possible there's going to be a rematch with a better finish because I thought this was actually decent. While I enjoyed MJF burying Darby Allin, I don't know if the story made sense and all that there. So I'm happy MJF won. I don't want Darby Allin to win or whatever, but if they're pushing him as some kind of star, maybe he can get a win back or at least lose in a better way. I don't know there. So this feels like a rematch is needed. Are they going to do the rematch or are they going to do the goofy shit that they don't do rematches or whatever? Who fucking knows there? So the match was okay. I'm happy MJF won. Finish a little weak looking, But if you want to push your fake little homegrown star Darby, maybe a rematch is needed here there. Second match, the Lucha Brothers defeated FTR. It was a decent tag team wrestling match. Pro wrestling is important. And it was the stuff with FTR. They had the masks on or something. More of this weird AAA Mexico stuff that we don't understand there. Third match, Bryan Danielson defeated Miro, so he's going to get a shot at the belt or whatever. He's going to have to job to Adam Page or possibly win if Adam Page isn't ready to be champ there. But Danielson wins. It's a 20-plus minute match. And I was bored here. You know what I mean? Like I was watching the first few minutes. It's Powerhouse Miro versus Technical Wrestling Powerhouse Bryan. And, this should have been done normal. Big man Miro beating up Bryan. This whole thing of submission Bryan, the whole fucking match there. Boring as fuck. Like, I'm not interested in watching Greco-Roman wrestling. I don't go to Jiu-Jitsu club and watch men doing Greco-Roman wrestling with each other's arm for 20 fucking minutes. Like, Bryan was good in WWE, was able to captivate the audience. This wasn't it. Personally, he was putting me to sleep with this boring shit, and I'm a Bryan fan. You know what I mean? Too much, and the finish was fucked up. You tell me what this was. Some kind of botchy looking DDT thing in the corner. He grabs him in some weirdo submission, and the other one just stopped the match right away. Don't know what the fuck happened. Did he get hurt? Was it a botch and the stuff was supposed to make to look better? Who the fuck knows? But the finish was fucking fucked up there. And the match, it was a technical, boring piece of shit. That's how I felt about it there. Fourth match, Luchasaurus, Christian, and Jungle Boy defeated Adam Cole and the Young Bucks. So you had tables, Christian diving off a stage. So this was the stuntman match or whatever there. And well, you had a couple matches like this, identical fucking thing there, but this was the first of multiple stuntman matches, and it ends with Jungle Boy hitting Adam Cole with the concerto. Christian hands him the chair. He hits the concerto on Adam Cole. 1, 2, 3. We've seen the concerto in AEW on free TV multiple times recently, and they don't even sell it. So why would I be impressed here if this happens? And why is a super baby face like Jungle Boy hitting the concerto? That seems out of character for who he would be, like a good guy or whatever. But you know, it had no impact. You've already done this 2, 3 times. Adam Cole just took a concerto from Christian, I think, or whatever there, and you didn't even sell it. So now you do the same thing. It's a less popular guy giving the concerto. Not impressive, but I like Jungle Boy. I'm happy they're pushing him a little bit. I'm not happy there. I think he has a decent future if he goes to WWE, folks. You know what I mean? He could be the NXT Cruiserweight champ. Then he goes to the main roster. They have vignettes of him in the jungle looking like a pretty boy. All the girls like him. You know, it's his debut match. He comes out to the ring riding an elephant or something. And then he gets squashed in 10 seconds by Bobby Lashley. He's got him in the Hoyt lock. The Almighty has defeated the Jungle Boy. Leave him alone, Bobby. So yes, Jungle Boy getting the push here, folks, or whatever. Maybe one day he'll be in the real company, taking a loss to bigger, more genetically superior men. But McMahon could use Jungle Boy's looks to get the female demographic. He could sell toys or whatever. So possibly that's going to happen one day if Jungle Boy is under the tutelage of the right people. You need the right people. Fifth match. Cody Rhodes and Pac defeated Malachi Black and Andrade. An okay tag team match or whatever. Apparently, the AEW fans are pissed off at the result. And I understand them, folks. You know, they're the bookers. They decided that Malachi Black is a baby face and Cody's a heel, and they're pissed off that Pac got the win. Personally, I would have went with Malachi Black to win because, you know, it looked like he had something going on in this company, but they're quickly extinguishing the fire, folks. They want to push Pac. They're dedicated to presenting Pac as an upper fucking guy for whatever reason, but he's boring. He's a midget. He looks like a gremlin. Get over it. Sixth match, Britt Baker defeated Ty Conti. Match of the night for me personally, folks. I get to see female. That's better than everything else I saw. You know what I mean? Ty Conti, hot as fuck. Britt Baker, she's got a hot thickness to her, folks. You know what I mean? A bad girl there. Was it a good match? No, but I was happy to see hot women with good bodies or whatever. You know what I mean? Sometimes this can be good too, not just a 40-minute match. Like, you need more. Seventh match, Punk defeated Eddie Kingston. This was an okay match. Punk was bleeding. I think the fans were booing Punk. They were cheering Kingston or whatever. AEW fan. But me too, I wanted Eddie Kingston to win, folks. You know what I mean? Oh, and I've been booing Punk for a month or two, folks. But Punk was bleeding here. I think they could have let Eddie Kingston win. Fuck. Do a rematch. Let Eddie win. Maybe Punk wins a third match or something there. Keep this going. It's the best fucking stuff you got. Fuck. But Punk was bleeding. 1, 2, 3. He hits him with the GTS twice. He gets the 1, 2, 3. The first time he hit him, but he was too far, kind of deal to pin. A below average match with blood in it, folks. Good enough for me or whatever. I don't need acrobats and all these fucking submissions in the same match. Like, this felt like a normal wrestling match there, a brawl with blood, you know. This I'm used to watching, you know. CM Punk, God, the formula. I've seen this formula work multiple times there in different company, a brawl with blood from guys that were cutting a promo on each other, you know what I mean? Do I feel fully convinced that this is a real storyline and they hate each other for real? No, I don't. But at least they're trying to make it look good. Could they have done more with this? Yes. Is it below average? Yes, but at least it's something, folks. I mean, you had blood in it. 8th match, the Inner Circle defeated American Top Team. Another hardcore match. Sammy Guevara doing a Jeff Hardy Swanton ripoff or whatever. Maybe do your own move. If you're going to do the Jeff Hardy thing, come up with your own move to do as a high jump or whatever. But you know, this was like a low quality brawl type TNA quality wrestling match, and the Inner Circle defeated a bunch of MMA fighters, and it was okay for a TNA match. It was an okay TNA match there. And the most impressive thing of the match, was it a jump from the top? Was it a super fucking pile driver through a table? No, it was Junior Dos Santos doing some type of standing moonsault. Big, tough guy, 6 foot something, built like he's not built, but he probably used to be them. He's big, you know what I mean? I wouldn't insult this guy or talk about his physique, at least not to his face, folks. And he does a fucking backwards flip like it was nothing and lands on the guy. Not a big flip off the fucking ropes or whatever. He just stood there, did a fucking big back flip, pow, like that. A standing moonsault coming from him, a guy of his size and his age and stuff. You know, it was impressive for a non wrestler there. Um, That's the best part of the match, folks. He had some goofy stuff with Lambert that was okay. I like this better than the Daniel Bryan technical wrestling. Yeah, like, fuck off, man. In the main event, it was a long match, folks. It was a Dave Meltzer Ring of Honor New Japan 5-star match. Adam Page, the new AEW champion. He won the belt. He is now AEW champion. Should he have won? Is he good enough to be champ? You tell me, because we haven't seen a proper build-up. Apparently, he was in Ring of Honor, this guy. And apparently, he was coming close to the title, but he didn't win back then. And now he's finally accomplished it. So, AEW fans, a lot of them are indie fans. They might have seen this Ring of Honor stuff of him being brought up to the main events level, but it just doesn't work. So it's a long story for them. We haven't seen it. You know what I mean? So a guy isn't good enough to win in Ring of Honor, so somehow he's good enough to win the title on national television with 1 million viewer almost every week. You should risk your viewership and stuff and put it on a guy that's not a proven main event guy. You know what I mean? I think that's taking a gamble, but not every one of Khan's gambles are going to pay off as we've seen so far. You know what I mean? Is this one going to pay off? Is Page going to become the most loved guy in wrestling? He might. Or he might completely fail and get low viewership. You know what I mean? Like these fans, basically the fans decided this. They told Tony, they've been telling everybody who could listen that Adam Page is the next AEW champ. They've also decided that MJF is next in line or whatever. Is Tony gonna give in to that? It looks like he's already preparing MJF for this with this world title talk. But the fans, they get what they want. But how is this organic? It's not the guy proving himself, establishing himself for real as an up and coming star, as a main eventer, that it can't be denied, and he wins, and everybody's happy and surprised and everything. This isn't organic like this. This is just forced by fans who apparently are now in charge of booking AEW. This isn't organic TV. And the ratings might not reflect it. Like, you get the win that you wanted, but then what? Like if you give kids everything they want, they become spoiled brats, right? I think this is a mistake, giving these fans what they want at that level, like letting the fans be the bookers. Is that Tony's plan? If there's 1 million that want this, 500,000 that don't, will give the 1 million what they want. But then if you do a bunch of dumb shit, some of these people will leave. Nobody's going to come in if you're just trying to please the smarts. And, it's possible you lose ratings because Page ain't good enough. And these fans are going to be, they were already entitled before, or feeling that they're entitled. Imagine now that they know that they got Khan to give them exactly what they want. Some of them were complaining he was supposed to kick out of the one-wing angel. Because they're in charge there. This is scary. You know what I mean? I'd be scared having to deal with all these people. Imagine you're in their shoes and these Ravage fans are coming to you. One Wing Angel! Why didn't it happen? Thank you, Tony! It's like, you know what I mean? So, maybe Chris Sabin cuts an AEW promo. He's bringing back his career. And the fans, they decide they want to push him, Chris Sabin, as world champ. Does Tony Khan have to give in to anything? This is dangerous. And it's bad business. He might think it's good business just giving losers what they want. But the rest of the fans, they're normal fans who could potentially become fans and help it grow. These normal fans aren't interested in the same thing as your loser fan base. So you're pretty much just gonna have them and these entitled, spoiled brat retards. They're gonna make all kind of weird demands. You won't be able to meet them. And then a lot of them are gonna go. So no, AEW isn't gonna be the next big WCW. It's gonna be the next Ring of Honor, folks. And the fans are in charge. Ring of Honor didn't pull the plug on Adam Page. Tony Khan did, folks. That's gonna impress the 24,000 that watch Ring of Honor each week or whatever. You know what I mean? Bad business. Until next time, peace. Ha!